Oh, what's up? We caught Okie playing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
What's up, guys? Welcome, Saturday Night Main Event. We're back. Piper's Edition tonight.
Got to see if anybody shows up.
Yeah. Where's everybody at? Get on that interweb and tell them to get their butts in here.
Right.
Got a damn good show tonight. We're on the interweb.
There's one.
Spencer, already piping. I like it, man. I like it. Tell these pipe enthusiasts what you piping. Man, that sounds dirty, don't it? What are you piping tonight?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It's kind of like golf. There is no way to really talk about any of this stuff without it sounding like it's on OnlyFans.
You know, right. I'm gonna go inside to my wife tonight and be like, man, I've been in the man cave piping all night. Oh,
yeah. Learning proper techniques.
Doughboy, what's up, man? Mario, what's up? We're gonna there you go for you pipe lovers.
I love them.
Here. All right. Yep. Because I know nothing about pipe tobacco, so that's why I'm here to learn.
All right. Well, we're jumping in and we're getting right off Jump Street here real quick. So if you're on here and you're just getting started, which is kind of why we're going to do this, if you bought the kit that I suggested and all the rest of that stuff, or, you know, you're just kind of hanging out, let's get the pipe tobacco to drying and then we'll talk, because this is the longest step.
Yep.
All right. So what I have here is I've got the Cornell and Deal's Haunted Bookshop. I went with it tonight. What you're going to do is just take an amount, and you're going to get it wrong every time. It doesn't matter. You're going to take out too much. You're going to take out too little. So I don't know how long I'm planning on smoking tonight. So I'm just going to take this out and just kind of get it spread around a little bit, kind of get it nice and flat. Then what I'm going to do is take this and fold it over. Just to try to get it done a little faster. Then I'm going to borrow my ashtray here and set it on top.
So what's that doing? Basically soaking up the moisture out of it?
Yep. Correct. Any type of excess moisture, that's what we're trying to remove. So if you feel with the pipe tobacco, you can kind of feel that it's got a little bit of moisture in it. Gotcha. Depending on what type of pipe tobacco you're using, you know, if it's a cased pipe tobacco or something like that, then it feels a little bit wet. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to get it dry, like couple-day-old grass clippings. You know, we want it to have sort of that consistency before we light it up. Now, There's some stuff that, you know, if it's a cased or an aromatic pipe tobacco, sometimes it doesn't dry all the way out. You know, that's just going to be what it is. And you'll sit there for hours trying to wait on that stuff to dry, and it'll never dry. So it's just a time-consuming thing. That's why I went ahead and laid all this stuff out. But as far as the suggestion went, if you kind of followed that stuff, what I suggested were ribbon cuts to start with. So the 3 that I picked are all a ribbon cut. That's a very, very basic. It's the most common cut of pipe tobacco, and it's the easiest really to prepare. There's one that's a little easier, but it's not really out there a lot. Shag cut. There's only a few blends that really use shag cut. So ribbon cut is really what you kind of want to look for as a beginner. So that way, you know, if you can get it all spread out, you don't have to worry about additional processing or anything like that. Because this is the frustrating part for a lot of new pipe tobacco smokers. They just want to be able to load the pipe up and go. Well, you can do that. You just have to dry all the tobacco that you've got and keep it at ready to smoke consistency. Because, you know, after a little while in some of my jars, all of the stuff in there is ready to smoke. You know, the moisture is acclimated perfectly, so I can just reach in there, grab a hold of it, and just shove it in there and get going. But for the most part, you know, you're not going to have that opportunity, and you're going to have to, you know, take the time to be able to dry this stuff out, which is the reason that I suggested ribbon cuts to begin with.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, we got a few people in here, but while we're waiting on tobacco to dry out. All right, guys. So Okie started the tobacco. If you're just popping in, we're going to let it dry out the 15 minutes or so, and then we'll start the pipe stuff. But we're going to start right now and do what we normally do. We're going to take a shot for our fallen brothers as we start every live show we do. And let's go ahead and get that out of the way. Barrel burners up, brothers.
Bing bong.
All right, we got that out of the way too. We always thinking about our three lost brothers. Yeah, they say that shag cut went out in the 70s. I mean, I'm just say, but I'm sure if you
Not if you're Bob.
Rock it. Yeah.
If you're Bob, nope.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, the shag tobacco, it's like Yahira and Spencer have both said shag cut, because of the way that it's cut, it burns so quickly that you can reef it down really, really fast, burn through a bowl fast, but it gets so damned hot. You know, I mean, you got to think about it is how do you start a fire? You start it with kindling. Well, shag cut is like kindling. I mean, it goes up fast, and I mean, it gets so hot that it's tough to really sit back and enjoy. So, you know, kind of the basics of pipe tobacco. I mean, if you're out there shopping, you know, it's easily to get overwhelmed very, very quickly when shopping for pipe tobacco because, I mean, there's Cornell and Deal alone has over 300 blends.
Yeah.
I mean, they have, yeah, it's insane. And they're always putting out more stuff.
Yes.
So what most all of them do, and I'm just going to say this is about, you know, 95% of the case is they'll just take the tobacco, lay it out, and then what they'll do is once they get a whole stack of it, they'll compress it and they'll push it down into a gigantic cake. Matter of fact, Dave, who was it? Was the one that was giving away the 16-pound brick of tobacco?
Tobacco pipes will give away these bricks.
Yeah. Yes.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So then what they do is after they have this aged properly, then they'll take it and they'll cut it into smaller sections. Now, if they leave it in a cubic one, that's what you're going to see a lot of times listed as cake, or you'll hear somebody talk about it being brownies. Yeah. But another thing that they'll do is they'll take that big cake and then they'll make smaller cuts, like an eighth inch thick, and they'll go top to bottom all the way through it, and that becomes flake tobacco. So it's just a nice, you know, a nice thick flake. Yeah, Dave has an example there. And then whenever you get the ribbon cut, you know, they go ahead and make that flake, but then they machine rub it. So that way you get the good even blend in all of your bulks or in all of that. Yep, Dave's got a flake there.
That's a flake.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. Yeah, put it in front of your white head.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of blocking myself out.
Yep. So, I mean, that way, whenever you get started, you know, especially trying a blend for the first time, you get a lot more bulk ribbon cut. I mean, pretty much everything is ribbon cut. Occasionally, you can find bulk flake or bulk coin, which they'll actually take the tobacco and make a rope out of it. And then they'll slice it into little bitty coins. You can find that out there, but most of the time, it's just the cake. So whenever you're shopping for bulk, most all of that is going to be ribbon cut. You know, easier to find, easier to buy. You know, you buy it an ounce at a time to be able to try it. Then you can venture into doing flakes and cakes. And I know some people that barely smoke ribbons anymore. They love flake. You know, they love cake, you know, tobacco, so that way they can prepare it themselves. I mean, it's different strokes for different folks. It's like the Maduro, Connecticut, you know, Lancero versus 760s guys. You know, I mean, it's different strokes for different folks.
What he said.
What she said.
Wow. I agree.
Yeah, you can get caught going down the rabbit hole. It's like cigars, you start and it's like all the different wrapper combinations, the ring gauge. It's definitely for even cigars for anybody new can be so overwhelming. But pipes, I was like, yeah.
Well, and Oki's just touching on just the different types of tobacco in general, but there's subcategories of that in terms of what they are. But then you get into pipes. I mean, you got shapes of all sorts and sizes.
Yeah, bent stem, straight stem. I mean, it's like cob pipe,
cobs, bent apples, Rhodesians, bulldogs,
crack pipes. Oh yeah, I mean bongs. I mean, it just keeps going.
Church wardens, pokers, table sitters, authors.
And as we sit here right now, I'm like, fuck it, I'm ready to light up a cigar because I'm having to wait to smoke. I want to smoke now. I'm like wanting to wrap back over here.
Yep.
That's what gets me. It's like.
So, real quick question in the comment section: if you're watching right now, are you following along? Because if so, then I'm going to focus on you. The rest of these guys can go to hell. Or if you're watching it on the replay, let us know. and kind of go with that. But let me know so that way I don't go too fast.
I think pretty much everybody's name I see in the comments are regular in our Piper chat. I mean, these are pipe smoking guys. So,
yep. And I am still going to break it down rudimentary no matter what. It's just I was going to watch for your comments or questions.
And I'll keep an eye and I'll grab and I'll showcase any kind of questions or comments that need to be on the screen so you don't miss them. So we'll be good to go.
Yep.
And Sean, the key to crack pipes is the placement of the screen. Just letting you know where the Brillo pad. So just letting you know.
Rob has been excited for tonight. So Oki, wow him.
Very cool. We will attempt it. All right. So I'm going to jump in because I know about where this tobacco was. So, and I know Jason cheated and got ahead.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole purpose is being able to smoke is I want to smoke now. Let's go.
Yep. So right now, as I'm feeling of this, I can kind of feel that it's almost perfectly ready to do. So what I'm going to do tonight is I told everybody whenever I suggested cob pipes, I picked out the two that I suggested. And these are Missouri meerschaum pipes. No, there is no meerschaum to it. That's just basically saying F you, this is our meerschaum, and making a cob out of them. So the one that I'm going to go with tonight is the very first pipe that I ever bought, or the style. I mean, you can see here that it's brand new. I mean, I wanted to start from brand new just like everybody else. So what this is a Missouri meerschaum. This is the Legend line. It's called the Fifth Avenue with a bent stem. I went with a bent stem just because it helps flavor. It also helps, stop some of the tobacco from getting in and kind of going that direction right down the throat.
Let me stop you there real quick, Obi. So you're saying the stem can affect the flavor if it's bent or it's straight?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of the crazy things. And we'll dive into that a little bit more as we go. I just kind of want to get everybody smoking and going from there. So the very first thing that you have to make a decision about whenever you get this guy's in is filtered or not. So if you gently pull off the stem, now granted, the shank is glued into the bowl here. So you have to be very careful whenever you're taking it off. Now, briar pipes, if you're out there with a briar pipe, it's very, very different. Usually they're molded in or they're actually cut out as part of the wood. So what I'm going to do is gently take this thing apart. And then this is just a Dr. Graybo filter. All it is it's a piece of plastic in there with a bunch of little hairs, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
I don't use these, but I know a lot of people that still do, because if you're not paying attention, you can suck up some small pieces. The filter will stop it. Whereas otherwise you might get a hot piece inside the mouth and right on the tongue. So I'm going to get rid of this filter here. It is personal choice as to whether or not you want to have it in there or not. I just choose not to.
And really quick, Spencer, I'm lighting up lane 1Q to start with this pipe.
All right.
He asked that question earlier.
And I just dropped the nickel ring off of this pipe, but it's not going to affect it one way or the other. Here, hang on just a second. I got to look. This is going to drive me nuts. Hello.
Don't drop the soap.
Yep. I cannot find it.
And so, Rob, you're correct to a point, but Oki's going pretty deep, but really just let it dry, stuff it in, light it up, and go.
All right. So, So what I'm going to do now, for Jason and all the rest of them that are out there, what I'm going to do is go ahead and load the pipe.
All right,
so this method is called the Savinelli method. It's my preferred method. I know there are several different methods out there. One of them is called the 3 handshakes, and I may do that if we get through with this bowl and I load another one up. I'll show that method as well. But what you're going to want to do is, a little bit of tobacco at a time. You don't want to just cram the thing full because it's going to leave gaps and it's not going to want to burn. So what I do is just take some of the tobacco, ease it in. I'm not packing it down at all yet. I do that until I'm about 2/3 full.
Mm-hmm.
That actually got a little bit more full faster. So I go till I'm about 2/3 of the way full. So you can see there, I mean, from the side is there's a few little pieces that are kind of sticking up.
Right.
But sorry, guys, I'm still trying to learn exactly where this camera is. So then what I do is I firmly press it down. And because of the size of this bowl, I'm going to use my pinky. What you want it to be is you want it to be firm, but you want it to spring back against you. So you don't want to just pack it down so that it's packed down like concrete. So you want it to have a little bit of spring to it. You know, don't get too crazy because you still need a little bit of air gap in there for the air to move around to keep it burning. So once you kind of got that in there and springing it back, you should be about half the bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do the same thing again, except this time we're going to go all the way to the edge. And these corn cobs pack quickly. I'm still trying to pack it like one of my XL bowls, but so then I usually go right up to the top. There may be a little bit sticking up, but then do the same thing again. Press it in until it springs back against you.
Yep.
Now, one thing that I didn't do on the first one that you definitely want to do is as you're packing this, go ahead and take a sip. And what it should feel like is it should feel like trying to drink water through a straw. So there should just be a light little bit of resistance to it. It shouldn't just be a free-flowing airflow. If it's very, very, tough and tight, you might have to unpack it and repack it. So now you should be up to about the 3/4 mark in the bowl. Then just take the rest of it here, go until you're just slightly above. I mean, well, I said slightly, but you can see how much I have above the top of the bowl. And I got a couple of big chunks in there that I'm going to get rid of. So then same thing, just press it down until it's even with the top of the bowl, maybe just slightly below it, because it is going to grow on you and come back up. I'm just going to top it a little bit. You don't have to do that. So sometimes you'll get pieces in there like stems. Yep. And the stems and stuff that are in there, you can get rid of those. Sometimes they're tough to pack. Sometimes they're tough to smoke around. So I've got pretty close to a topped out bowl here. And it's like Spencer brought up, you do not have to pack a full bowl of tobacco. That's the beauty of smoking pipes is what the bowl is full for time. You can pack this thing for a 10-minute smoke. And that's it. It's not like cigars where it's like, shit, I've only got 10 minutes. You can pack this thing for a 10-minute run and be done with it. So a quick sip, just a feel of it. Still feels like sipping water through a straw. Now we're going to get the lighting. I'm going to use my handy dandy Snoop Dogg doggy style album cover lighter because I told everybody to go get a pick. So this is the one that I got. Now, this damn thing, I could either get Snoop Dogg's face on it, pot leaves, or anything like that, but I love this album, so I had to go get it. Matter of fact, I bought 2. So what you're going to do whenever you go light the top of this is angle the flame down toward it. Now, it needs to be at an angle. You don't want to try to go straight down. You don't want to try to go straight across the top. Angle with a lighter, straight across with a match is the best way to do it. So what I'm going to do is take it at an angle, and then I'm just going to gently, make it around the edges of the bowl, catch the center, edges of the bowl, catch the center. Whenever I'm talking about the edges, I'm talking the edges of the tobacco, not way out here on the rim. So don't burn the rim. Okay, pause. All right. So, Dave, as I'm lighting, go ahead, sir.
I was just noticing Sean's question about what do we do with the rest that you're not going to load. I actually put it right back into my jar and let it sit. It's not going to hurt it myself. Other people, if they're going to smoke that again or that same one after this particular bowl is gone, then leave it out. It'll just be that much more drier when you can, when you light that second bowl up or a third bowl or whatever you're doing.
All right. Now, in this case, I'm just going to get it out of the way for right now. But yeah, I'm going to put it back into my bag here in a little while. So you can see here on the pipe, whenever I lit it at first, we got a good ash amount starting to go already, and it kind of rose up out of the top of the pipe. That's a good thing. So you want to kind of keep that going. This is what's called the first light. All you're doing right now is you're trying to build up some ash because that's going to be a crust at the top of the pipe later that traps the heat in. So if it goes out during this step, not a big deal. It is going to go out during this step. I mean, might as well just get used to it. Now, whenever you're sipping on the pipe, well, there's two things. You can sip it or you can puff it. And, you'll figure out which way, one way or the other. You can smoke a pipe too fast and get it too hot. The tobacco will let you know that it's getting too hot, whether it be the bowl is getting hot or you're starting to burn your tongue. So take your time, sip it. But again, right now, we're just trying to kind of get the combustion going and build up this top ash layer because it's going to become the cap here in a minute.
Yep.
Now, with a lighter on every pipe, the reason that I went with the Bix is you want a soft flame. Don't use a torch. That's just bad news. I watched a guy lighting a briar pipe in a cigar lounge one day with a quad torch, and it hurt me greatly. Granted, it didn't hurt the pipe that time, but eventually it will.
It will. Well, and the point of a soft flame, and it depends on how you do yours. I do mine a little, what you're trying to do is put the flame just over the top of the bowl and pull the flame into the tobacco. A torch, you're going to do that. You're going to torch the tobacco. All you're going to get is char. It's going to taste like hell. You're going to miss out on the whole thing. So, soft flames.
Yeah, Spencer, it's the same for me as well. So, a lot of times you just got to kind of get it rolling. I mean, you can see here exactly how much is popped up out of the top of the bowl. So, there's quite a bit there, and that's going to make my ash. And you hit it on the nose. So, All right, I'm going to do my motherhood statement about what all of this is. So a cigar is already somebody's work of art. That they have 100% prepared everything about the smoking experience, and it's done. I mean, it's kind of the Mona Lisa, and it's finished. Whereas whenever you start talking about pipe tobacco, you get to be a part of that symphony. There may be the base stuff down, but now you get to add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. That's where selecting the tobacco, selecting the pipe, things like that, you're putting the finishing touches on that experience. Mm-hmm. And it does take a lot of patience. So if you're like Jason and you have no patience whatsoever, this might be a little nerve-wracking. However,
already ready for a cigar. I'm done.
Yeah. However, patience is a big thing, and it's very, very slow and methodical. I mean, you can go fast if you want to, but I think you're losing a big part about what smoking a pipe is.
Correct.
I'm saying, Keith, no patience. I'm already bored.
Shit.
I gave it the old college try. I'm out.
I find that when smoking a cigar is very relaxing. I mean, that's a given.
100%.
This is just the next level, for me at least. Once you figure out the kind of nuances, which really doesn't take that long, it's all practice. You figure out the nuances of how to light it, how to tamp it, how to, do this, that, the other, whatever. It's even more relaxing to me. Because once it's lit, it goes, you touch it up every once in a while, just like a cigar. Mm-hmm. Just, I don't know. It's a more relaxing experience to me.
Now I'm just touching up the flame a little bit, getting a little bit more burning below the edge of the bowl.
Absolutely, Spencer, you're absolutely right. Tongue bite. Don't do that.
All right. So now I've done what Spencer had said. It's been about 2 lights. So you can see the amount of tobacco that I have sticking up above the top of the bowl. That's a good thing. So what I'm going to do is, this is your handy dandy check tool, or they call it a 3-in-1 tool. Normally it's all folded down, but what you get with it is you get a spoon for cleaning it out, a poker for making holes in it to make it burn better, and then you have a tamper on the end of it. So what I'm going to do now is just continue to puff on it for a second, making sure that I have it lit, which I don't. And then what I'm going to do, going back to the old pipe cam here, is just gently work the pipe tobacco to where it's flat. Now, you don't want to mash this down, because what that's going to do is it's going to restrict the airflow. All I want to do is I just want to make a crust on the very top of it. And it's a little bit porous, so that way you can still draw air through it. And then, after I have built that crust on the top of it, you can see I've got her pretty flat and level here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to fire it one more time. Yep. It's the dark colored pipe, black background, black shirt.
This is my Peterson 2023 St. Patrick's Day Canadian. And no, it's not because I'm supposedly Canadian, because I'm not.
Close enough.
Now, I don't talk nearly as much when smoking a pipe. So therefore, if I'm going to talk, mine's going to continue going out. That is part of piping.
Because you're too busy piping the pipe, you ain't got time to talk.
Exactly.
Right.
But, I know some people that have got a 45-minute drive to work that can pack a pipe, light it, then at a stoplight, they'll do their tamp on there and get the crust built, fire it, and then it'll stay lit the remainder of their drive.
Damn.
I know people that can do that. I can't. I will probably never have that gift.
So I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
I will never be one of those.
Yeah. It's one of those things it's a timely process. It's something to sit back and enjoy. And if you have the patience for it, it's going to be rewarding. I mean, that's the major thing about pipe tobacco smoking is its patience. There's a little bit of planning involved to it, so that way you're able to go and figure out what it is that you want to do. But if you're highly impatient, like the guy up in the top left corner who's fidgeting like a sumbitch right now and just fiending for a cigar.
I keep looking over here by me. I'm like, man, Viaje. My zombie farmer is looking pretty good right now. Bill Hatchett is calling my name over there.
Mm-hmm. So mine has gone out. I kind of figured it would. So what I'm going to do briefly is I just usually take the poker end of my check tool, knock a couple of holes down through the crust. Wherever. Doesn't really matter. And then fire it again.
So on a bowl as big as you just did, Okie, what smoke time would you normally get out of one bowl like that? Not distracted. If you were sitting back relaxing at home, how much smoke time would you get off a bowl?
On this one right here, a cob pipe, if I took my time, I could get 25 to 30 minutes out of it. But I smoke pipe tobacco.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I smoke pipe tobacco very quickly. I mean, that's one of the things. I smoke cigars very slowly. I smoke pipe tobacco very quickly.
Right.
I don't know why there's that dichotomy, but one of these, I can be done with a cob pipe in 10 minutes. I mean, it really depends on the tobacco. It depends on what mood I'm in. It really, there's a lot of variables to it. Yep. Spencer hit it on the head again.
Yeah, way different than that cigar I can light that lasts me an hour and a half consistently. and
Exactly.
Nowhere near the prep time and the baby in the whole time.
Right.
Now I have pipes that if I load them up and smoke them my normal pace, depending on what it is, I can get an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours out of a pipe.
Now that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah.
Even
But again, yeah, it's like, well, Spencer brought it up, flake tobacco. If you're doing the fold method for flakes, and that's a completely different show to talk about flake tobacco and stuff like that, because they just burn cooler. Even though they're the same blend, they just burn, quite a bit slower. They can last longer. English blends, because of the types of tobacco, they're very, very slow burners. And we'll get into that here in a couple of minutes. But, it just very, very, very slow smoking. We're kind of almost to that point.
So as you smoke, you just keep working it down as it goes?
So really, if you've loaded it up right, you don't necessarily have to tamp it ever again. Now, it is way easy to over tamp and knock it out and piss yourself off. So basically, just the weight of the tamper is enough to create the ash. Now, if you feel like it's free flowing through there, then you need to slow down the airflow a little bit so it burns better. Yeah, give it a little bit of a tamp. But as far as over tamping, it's not like ash in a cigar where you just tamp. Take your time, figure it out. It's going to take 3, 4, 5 bowls to figure it out. Yeah. And then what you're going to do is you're going to change pipes and tobaccos, and what you just learned about the other one means shit.
Right.
So every time it's going to be, it's going to be very, very different. So, but the big thing about it is do not get frustrated because it goes out. It's going to go out because a fly farted, 3 miles away. It's going to go out. So just take your time, enjoy yourself. If you get a little bit too much ash on the top and you can't get down to that unsmoked, you can ash it a little bit. I strongly suggest an ashtray with a cork knocker in there. So that way you're not banging it up against the edge and damaging both the pipe and the ashtray. So just gently tap it up against a cork. And you can do that. Or you can kind of scrape it out with the spoon here on the check tool. It works very well. You can see mine. It's been very well used on that one. But these guys right here, they're $2.
Yeah.
And they're your best friend. I probably got 20 of these damn things laying around. Matter of fact, that right there is my cigar poker. Whenever I got one that's got a tight draw on it, I'll poke a cigar that way, or it's my nub tool. So, $2. I'm cheap.
So for the folks in chat, Oki can actually try to smoke here a little bit. Has anybody tried since we're in a cigar club, the Stillwell Star cigar line, which is Saka's
pipe tobacco cigars,
the pipe and cigar. So if you have, you've probably seen something where they say, oh, well, this is an aromatic. This is the Navy. This is the English. Those are different types of blends. Not that those are true pipe tobacco blends, but they have pipe tobacco in them, so don't get confused too much there. But you do. You have an aromatic, which is exactly just what it says. It's an aromatic. It has a very nice room note, a very nice smell, nice taste, nice flavor. You've got a Virginia blend. You've got what's called a vapor, which is Virginia and Perique. I mean, we'll go through that in a second. I'm probably going out of order here a little bit of how we should do this, but it's started wrong. Mm-hmm. There's Burley blends. There's a Navy blend, and the reason it's Navy, if anybody knows the history of the English Navy in particular, you've got they would always hand out a tot until the 1980s, I believe, and the tot was your rum ration. And so a Navy blend is usually cased with rum, and so there's a little bit of that rum flavor to it. And then you have an English blend. So getting to that. So, Virginia's, and Oki, stop me if I'm wrong, if I recall correctly, Virginia is basically cigarette tobacco, pretty much.
No, that'd be Burley.
Or burley. That's right.
Yes.
Burley is
Yep.
cigarette tobacco, essentially. Yes.
Yep. Burley is the number one produced tobacco because of cigarettes.
Because of cigarettes, right?
Yep.
And burley's got kind of a nuttiness to it. Virginias are have a little more of a citrusy. That's right, because the Virginia is more citrusy and the burley is more nutty. That's right. I got that all backwards. So when I was mentioning one of the blends called a vapor, that's the Virginia and a Perique. And a Perique is actually a process, and it adds kind of a spicy tanginess to it. So vapors are very popular. There's another one that's called, I call it Cavendish. Okie will say Cavendish.
Tomato.
Yes.
Yep.
That's kind of adds a little bit of a syrupy to it, ness to it. It's a lighter flavor. It's really good. I mean, Then you've got Orientals, which are kind of an Oriental is kind of a combination of all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that could be anything from Turkish Oriental to, I mean, anything basically across, the Mideast, India, all the way into China and Southeast Asia, places like that. They're all classified as Oriental. So very, very not PC, but hey, that's what it is. And I apologize for the dog outside.
That's all good.
He's stupid.
And he's freezing his balls off. But we got a question from Vince for you. Okay.
Yep. Okay, can you load a bowl right after you finish one, or should you change pipes? Now, there's a couple of schools of thought on that. One thing that I would say is it really depends on the material that the pipe is made out of. If it's made out of wood, I will maybe load another bowl of the same tobacco in it and smoke a second bowl. But the rule is for every bowl of pipe tobacco you smoke in that pipe, then you need to give that pipe that many days of rest. So if you have a briar pipe, then, if you smoke 2 bowls in it one day, give it 2 days worth of rest. That's just so the wood has a chance to, contract back down to its normal state. It gets rid of the moisture inside of there. A corncob pipe, on the other hand, beat the holy hell out of it. I mean, it's not really, matter of fact, this guy right here was $8. I'm not worried about it. The other one that I got was $7. These guys right here, you can smoke back to back to back to back. But if you change pipe tobaccos, I would strongly recommend that you get a different pipe.
Yes.
Because there's going to be residual flavors that got left over from the prior one. And, you can ghost a pipe and the flavors will linger and kind of remain.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's called ghosting. Yep. So just to finish a couple things, coming back a little bit, Spencer mentioned there's 2 other types out there of the tobacco. There's Latakia and there's fire cured. Fire cured is just that. Your Drew Estate fire cured, your Toscano cigars, those are all fire cured. You're going to get that kind of literally, I'm standing in front of a campfire type flavor to it. A lot of Kia, yes, Spencer, you're right, is basically an Oriental, but that also adds kind of a smokiness to it, but it's also like charred meat and all sorts of happy goodness.
Yes.
So. Black Irish, yes. I'm reading the comments.
Spencer, that is actually my second bowl here in a little bit, as I have dark bird's eye, but I have the vintage cut that I want to try just to find out how the
nice.
Different flavors play in. So, kind of talking about the tobacco that I'm smoking is I'm smoking Haunted Bookshop from Cornell and Deal. I love this tobacco. This is one of the tobaccos that I suggest for beginners, simply because it's got burley in there, which means it's going to burn very easily. It actually has more of the smoke type that you would get with smoking cigars. that, just kind of carries it well. But then it's got both Virginias and Perique in it. So therefore you get a little bit of spice, but you still get that nice sweetness to it. So it all kinds of blends together better. So if I know somebody is a cigar smoker that wants to move over to a pipe tobacco, I will always suggest Haunted Bookshop, just because I think it's the most natural transition from one to the other. There's no flavoring to it. There's no casing. There's no muss, no fuss. It's just a good, enjoyable tobacco. And I usually buy this stuff 8 ounces at a time, and fill up a quart-sized jar and still have plenty enough left out to smoke. The other couple that I had suggested for the group, the number one selling pipe tobacco out there, it is in every single shop. You can get it for cheap. Lane Limited 1Q. What that one is it's a golden Cavendish with a little bit of golden Virginia in there. It's got a little bit of a fire-cured leaf in there, so it kind of gives you a little bit more depth to the smoke. It's slightly aromatic, so therefore it has the ability to kind of give you some vanilla notes to it and a little bit of a toffee note, which is really, really nice in that 1Q. I had some earlier today as I was kind of getting everything set up, and that way I could remind myself of it.
That's what
the other one that I suggested was RLP6, again from Lane Limited. That one is the Golden Virginias again, but then it also has more of the Cavendish in it. But it has a lot of notes with the aromatics that it becomes vanilla and chocolate. So, I mean, it's a very, very approachable smoke. Most people either like 1Q or they like RLP6, or unless you're a whore like me, I like them both. Yep, that's exactly right, Spencer. So, I mean, if you see it, Captain Black Royal, I think that's either the blue or the purple pouch. I can't remember for sure which one that one is. I haven't smoked much Captain Black at all. But same kind of deal. It's just a very approachable pipe tobacco. A lot of the guys that you see doing roll your own cigarettes and stuff like that, they smoke a lot of 1Q in those. But 1Q by far is the most popular tobacco in the United States. They sell this shit by the pound. I mean, it looks like whenever they drop off Lane 1Q, it looks like a drug deal going on. I mean, they're basically bringing this shit in bales, on a hand truck, and loading it into the stock room. So the reason that I chose those three, very approachable tobaccos, they've all got their own little bit of flavor to them. They're all ribbon cut, therefore they dry very easily. They dry very nicely, so therefore you can get some very, very good flavors out of all of those.
Yep.
And now Spencer hit on it as well. Another big thing about pipe tobacco is not just the flavors that you're getting, but what I'm getting inside of here, and like Dave is getting inside the tent and everything, is what's called room note. And that is, how does it smell? How does everybody else around you like it? Aromatics people love. My great uncles smoked Sir Walter Raleigh, which was Virginia Burley. It just didn't have the Perique in it like I have inside of this one here. But that smell for me is nostalgia. And that's a big thing, because, I mean, we all hung around those old timers that were pipe tobacco smokers that just, I mean, you just sit there and you can just enjoy the smell. But that's another part to smoking pipe tobaccos is, the sweeter tobaccos smell better. The darker tobaccos become a little bit more aggressive on the room note. So whenever you're out there shopping for tobaccos, what it's going to tell you is it's going to have strength, it's going to have room note, it's going to have taste. Some of the sites like tobaccoreviews.com tells you if it's got flavoring, it'll go from none detected to heavy flavoring or anything like that. So so if you're out there shopping, and feel free to shoot me a DM, whether it be on Instagram or on Discord, we're more than happy to help. My Instagram handle is the same one here that's on the screen, so feel free to ping with any questions. And Pete, we don't care that you're not smoking.
So, okay, Dave, for new pipe smokers out there, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of common mistakes most new people do. What would be your advice if you could point out one of the most common mistakes and what to do instead of that common mistake? One, of course, be patient. I get it. Okay. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, what is commonly new things that pipe smokers are doing wrong that you can help them with?
First off, you got to again, this comes with the patience thing, but you got to let that tobacco dry out.
Yeah.
Just a little, That's like probably the biggest one and probably the biggest frustration point, because you'll put it in and you go, okay, I put it here, and I'm actually just now rubbing out, and yes, you do call it rubbing out, people, so insert joke there. This flake, and you literally rub it together until it kind of breaks up a bit, and you got to let it break up. But what'll happen is people will go, okay, I'm done, and they stuff it in the pipe and they light it and like, oh, nice, and it lights up and then it goes out. Well, shit, I'm gonna light it up again. Well, then it goes out. Well, it's doing that because it's still way too moist.
Right.
Yep. And then another thing about the not drying it out enough is eventually you'll get pipe gurgle. And that's because there's significant amounts of either your spit going down the stem or you didn't dry it out enough. Yeah. And that's just the moisture getting in there. So it's like you're drinking out of a cup with a straw, and it's just that annoying gurgling sound at the bottom of it.
Well, so I know the drying out thing, the first 2 times I ever tried, I didn't realize. I'm straight out of the package. I throw it in there, and you couldn't keep it fucking lit to save my life. So tonight it's staying lit a little bit better. I've only, I think, twice I've had to relight, which is a lot better than the norm when I tried pipes. So it's improving.
Yep. The next thing that I would say is that everybody does is they go too fast.
Yes.
It's like Spencer had just pointed out there, when you think that you're being patient, slow down more. Because, I mean, that's just, you get going too fast. You start burning the tobacco too quick. It goes out because it's burning so fast that all you're doing is turning it directly to ash. What you're trying to do with that crust that's on the top, and I don't know if you can still see it, you're not burning the top of the edge of it like you are with a cigar. What you're doing is you're trapping that ember against the unburned tobacco with that crust on the top. So you're burning the next layer down. If you're trying to light the ash on the top, it ain't going to work. So you got to get that fire to that unburned tobacco and let it kind of go and just sip, sip, sip. You don't want to hork on it. That's another big thing, that you just go too fast. But then the other one we brought up that drives me nuts is the over tamping. That is just like, oh, I got to tamp this. And then they grab the tamper and they're using it like a toilet plunger. I mean, they're going in there, just trying to get that stuff worked down. Over tamping will ruin your experience just as fast as wet tobacco will, because you're closing off that flow of air through it and it will not burn. So, yeah, I think we hit the big 3 there is you don't dry it enough, you try to smoke it too fast, and you over tamp it.
Well, and on top of that, there's actually another one. Okay. Don't put the damn flame directly on the tobacco. You will fry it, and it will char, and it'll taste like you're just chewing on a piece of charcoal. Don't do that. Pull the flame in too. We've all been there. We've all been there.
So are the pipes kind of like rule of thumb like a cigar? I mean, a lot of people say I puff every minute to minute and a half to keep it going. I mean, is it just, are the pipes basically telling you how quick to smoke me in a way? How do you know if you're smoking too fast? Especially if the bowl isn't heating up in your hand. Like I know sometimes when I grab the bowl, it's hot and I'm like, whoa, I need to slow down because I feel the heat coming out of it. So you'll also get getting that warning of heat from the bowl.
You'll also get tongue bite if you're smoking it too fast.
Never had that happen,
it literally feels like you may have bit just the tip of your tongue. It's just that kind of a raw, tingly feeling. Okay. You're smoking it too fast if you're doing it that. So just
never had that one. So.
Yep. And if it gets to the point where you cannot hold the pipe, you are smoking it too fast.
Right.
Because this one right here is hot because first off, it's a corncob pipe. Second off, I've got a lot of Virginia forward. Virginia tobaccos, Virginias, Burleys, and Periques burn hot. And they burn very, very quickly. So that's why they usually add something else in with it, whether it be like a Cavendish or an Oriental or something like that. So if you're doing a vapor blend, Virginia Perique, or you're doing a Burley forward, which is Burley plus Virginia, or Burley plus Virginia and Perique, they're going to burn hot. So you need to slow down with those and go very, very slowly. However, you get into like the Navy blends and you get into the English blends, and those are so very slow smoking that, I tend to just continually sip on those. And, so this one here, I'll puff, lightly sip, but like an English blend, I puff very, very slowly. and just let it sit there. And, and Spencer hit it on the head again, is you don't want cigar levels of smoke. You're not trying to get a mouthful of smoke. All you want is just that smoke to hit the palate, kind of linger around, absorb into the palate, exhale. And there shouldn't be a whole ton of it. It's not like a vape, by God. It's more cigarette almost, if you think about how much smoke production you get out of a cigarette.
Right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm down to the dregs, which is why I'm lighting a little bit more.
Well, I clearly
again,
didn't take mine right because I didn't get the cone out like you.
And Jason, you're right. I mean, this pipe smoking isn't necessarily for everybody.
Yeah. Well, what my thing is, when I sit down to smoke, I sit down to relax, and I always felt like with a pipe, I'm not relaxing because I'm always having to work or do something, whether it be the prep or whether it keep the pipe going. I just want to sit down, watch a show, or do something, and once I light it, I'm good for an hour and a half. I don't have to fool with nothing.
No, absolutely. But again, it's practice. Once you get to that point, I've done 2, maybe 3 touch-ups on this.
Yeah.
Mainly because I set it down because I was talking. Once you figure out what you need to do and how to do it, it's just a cigar and a wood chunk.
Yeah. It's definitely not something you're going to smoke in a hurry on the whim. Oh, I need a pipe real quick. Let me go get a smoke. I mean, you got 10, 15 minutes of setting it out, unless you already had it dried out in a jar, of course.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of,
Right.
Oh, shit, I got to, not like, I can go get a little Robusto in real quick and smoke it, be done with it. So,
but to that point,
driving and pipes being hard.
Well, but to that point, Oki's right though. I mean, if you like this is a smaller pipe, and I got this one specifically because I wanted a smaller pipe, and so I can pack this and I can get 20 minutes out of it, maybe.
Right.
Just like like a 4x34 or whatever cigar.
I got you, Vince. It's about to happen, brother. Well, but still with the pipe, you can't. Oh, I just got a free moment. Let me go smoke. No, I got to go sit outside and I got to dry this before I can smoke it. You basically know your evening is, I'm going to sit down, relax, have me a nice pipe, have me a drink. It's like, oh shit, no, the wife decided to go watch TV. I can run outside and have a quick smoke. You're basically planning your day when you're going to smoke a pipe.
Yeah, and you see a lot of the old timers and stuff, they would carry around a pouch with them, and all of that is ready to go.
Right.
The drying process is already done. A lot of them are made of leather because the leather would absorb that moisture in it.
That's how I see them on the golf course. The pipers on the golf course, they got their little
grandfather.
That's why they use those, is because that way they can dry it out. And to answer Sean's question, is there such a thing as too dry? Yes,
absolutely.
Because what you've done is you've lost all the oils out of it. I mean, think about like a cigar. If it's under humidified, you've stripped all of those oils out of it, and that's where the flavor is at. So you want to make sure that you don't go too dry whenever you're drying out your pipe tobacco. So basically, if it crackles a little bit while you're rubbing it, it's ready.
Oh, I'm ready. I gotta go tell the wife then.
Yeah, exactly.
I would think if you dried out the pipe tobacco too much, it's just going to go up in a blaze of glory, man. It's going to burn super quick. It's going to be horrible.
Yep, that's it. All right, so it looks like Jason is done, and this pipe is pretty well done for me. So I'm going to go over how you finish it up.
How do you know if you're done, if you're still getting smoke out of it? When do you know you're done?
It's up to you. That's really the whole thing about it is, and if you look down there and there's nothing left but a little bit of dregs in the bottom of it, you're done.
Mine's still half full. I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, then keep right on going. I'm going to load another one here in a minute.
No, I think I'll change.
I
think you're twisting my arm. That Viaje's calling my name over here.
Oh, go for it.
So, all right. So, in order to clean it once you're done, is what I'll do is, just knock out any of the excess to kind of get it out of there.
Okay.
Then I'm going to grab the handy dandy check tool, and I'm just going to go in there, and it's got the spoon and the point on it for a reason. I'm just going to go in there and kind of clean it out, just shovel it out basically. And you'll feel whenever it's clean. You see, I dropped more out of there. I had to do it on this other side. Sorry, it's habit. So you can see that I've dropped out a lot of stuff. Now, you might have unburned tobacco in this. That's fine. You're not going to combust every single piece. Sometimes you smoke it and it's this little bitty fine ash like I've got here. Some of it's a little chunkier. It's half combusted, but you've burned that oil out of there, and it's pretty well done. So, I'll just take my pointed end in and, just kind of give it another little bit of cleaning here. Sorry, I was doing it closer to me. But just kind of clean it out, knock the rest of it out. Then one thing that I'll do is I always do this over an ashtray is I'll just blow through the stem briefly. Get that last little bit, and I don't go too hard because all of that ash that you just put in the ashtray will end up in your face. So go very, very gently as far as that goes. So then what I do is I use both types of pipe cleaner. So I've got the kinds that are the little pokey, spiky ones, and then I've got the really soft ones. So what I do is just from the stem end, just run it in and run it all the way down the stem. Now, on some pipes, there's a bend in it that you won't be able to get it all the way through, and that's just the way it is. Sometimes you'll hit a spot and the pipe cleaner will bend. Don't worry about it. These things are cheap. So yeah, just run that thing in there. One thing that you don't want to do is take the stem off of the pipe while it's hot. What that will do is it will either, like on a cob, it'll actually crack the glue inside of here, or you can crack the shank on it. On briars especially, you can crack the shank. So that guy doesn't want to go all the way down. So I'm going to use another one.
Evening,
By
Paul.
the way, Yep.
So with pipes, there would be no circumstance where you ever just kept what was in it and add fresh tobacco on the top. You wouldn't keep going like that?
You can. I know a lot of people that do. I particularly don't. I will just smoke my bowl all the way down and then go again. So
Because I've seen old people when I was younger that they would just keep kind of adding and keep the bowl going.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
Yep. So then what I do is after I've done that is I'll take this spiky one and I'll fold it in half. I'll give her a twist because all I'm trying to do is make it more rigid.
Right.
Get that guy out of the way.
Yeah, I would imagine
Repping this way.
Spencer, it would taste bad to keep doing that over. You're basically smoking the burnt stuff over and over again.
Exactly.
Yep. So then I just take that guy there, run it around the inside. You're just basically kind of using it to knock that stuff that's just hanging on the sides out. You want to get it as clean as you can whenever you do this. And you can see here, just how much gunk was still left on it. This was a brand new pipe whenever I started. Just kind of knock it out again. Gently blow through it to make sure that there's no obstructions. Then this is the moisture one. So what I do, and I use these more for storage than anything else, is I run this guy all the way down. There's a hitch in this one that it's not letting me get it all the way in. But, hey, that happens. That's what she said.
There you go, Paul. Light it up, buddy.
Yep.
Paul, that's what I'm about to light up right now, as a matter of fact.
So then I try to get this. I try to get it in as far as I can. And with this clear stem, you can see that I've got it most of the way in. So then what I'll do is I try to get it all the way, but for some reason, this pipe is not letting me get it all the way down. Yeah, Spencer, you're exactly right. There's the little notch out for the filter inside there that it's hanging up on. I'm not really that worried about it. I've got it down here. So then I'll just take it and fold it over or whatever. And whenever I'm done with this pipe, always store it sitting up, because what you want it to do is you want all of the moisture to run down into the bowl, and it'll evaporate in the bowl easier. Whereas you're going to grow some gunk inside both the stem and the shank on it. So whenever you do that, set it up and just kind of set it out of the way. That's why pipe stands are vertical.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Any of the antique ones I found were all vertical.
Yep, that's it. It's because you want, once you're done, you want to be able to set it on the rack and it's all the way done. So I'm just going to set that guy here like this in my pipe strap and be done with that guy. So essentially that's start to finish. Any questions?
Now we get to goof off. Ask questions, guys, if there's...
Yeah, or light up a cigar.
Yeah, a few of you guys in here are big pipe smokers, so if there's any tips or anything you would want to add to what we've talked about that they may have missed, we can bring it up. We can discuss that. I'm here learning as we go.
Yep. I already had some sitting on the side drying for my next bowl. So different blend. I went with one that's called Dark Bird's Eye.
So you're switching pipes on us now because you're going totally different blend, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to switch pipes. I love this guy. I figured we were going to be on here a little while longer. I wanted to go to a larger bowl.
Oh, there you go.
So this has got a big beefy bowl to it. So I've got plenty enough tobacco to kind of load in. Now on this one, real quick, I'm going to show what's called the 3 handshakes method.
Okay. Good.
So this is the other method that I was talking about. Grab you some of your tobacco, get it loaded in there. I go to about 2/3 of the way full. Not shove too much. And then once you're at about 2/3 of the way full, then how do you shake hands with a man? Firm. So I go down and push it down until it's very, very firm. I go a little bit of spring back, not a lot. And then do the same thing again. Go to about the 3/4 mark. And now it is how do you shake hands with a woman? Not quite as firm. A little bit of a softer grip to it.
Yep. Yeah, you don't
there
want
should be a little bit
resources to get involved.
Yep. There's a little bit of springiness to it. Then the last one, I'll go back up over the top, just like I did before. And now it's like shaking hands with a child. So you're very, very dainty with it or less firm.
Okay.
But I still put it in there. So that way it has some good spring back to it. You can see that I got a little bit still hanging out over the top. That's perfectly fine. So that is the 3 handshake method. Depending on the pipe tobacco and the pipe style that I'm using, I vary between the Savinelli method and the 3 handshakes method. So I've got this guy here that it's just kind of packed in, ready to smoke. Just give it that preliminary sip just to make sure that it's the right consistency and then fire up and go. And I'm cheating now. I'm not using Snoop Dogg.
John, is that your first black? And I haven't had them yet.
Ooh, that's good. I bet that smokes. Looks like we need to have Spencer on this instead of us. He knows everything, man.
Yeah, Spencer's keeping you on.
And rightfully so. I'm not making fun of it. You really do. I like what you're adding, man.
So,
every little bit. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think so. Spencer's primary pipe guy. He's smoking pipes daily.
Yep. Matter of fact, whenever we did his patch ball herf and stuff like that, that's exactly what he was doing. Nice. And that's what our banter was after that. I mean, we probably bored the hell out of the non-pipe smokers after that, but we were out talking about pipe smoking.
Well, we scared half the members tonight because it was started out pipe, but I was like, hey, there will be cigars the second half, so I'm gonna have to rally the troops and tell them pipe's over, cigar talk, get in here. But yeah, it's very informative because I just know the same as cigars. It's so overwhelming for somebody to start out, and a lot of people are scared to ask a question that could be considered a stupid question. So they're like, you don't really want to ask it. You're running around on YouTube watching 100 different people do it 100 different ways, not knowing what's right for wrong, because anybody with the internet now is a professional at everything.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, Rich. I agree. Passion's passion, and I'm kicking off cigars for you guys now because I'm done with this shit. You're welcome.
Oh, God. Dave, I am never buying DBE and Shag again.
Oh, bad or good?
The vintage cut, which is the ribbon cut, is way better by a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. I lie. I will probably have it around for those days that I want to get in a quick pipe because it doesn't take very long for that to dry.
Mm-hmm.
But this vintage cut is very good.
It's the final countdown. All right, let's go, guys. You'll pay attention to who has the light theirs more and fix it. We're doing Farmer Bill Hatchet, guys. Viaje. Let's roll.
Nice.
All right. And I'm going to my favorite tamper that I own.
Oh, wow. That's fancy.
Get this out of the way.
Yeah. I got.
And surprisingly,
the 8 deco.
Oh, did y'all just become best friends?
Yep.
The 8 deco, except I didn't get the one with the spoon on the end of it. But what I love about this one here is you can see on these 8 decos, let me find the camera here, is how it has all the little holes in it.
Yeah.
So that way you're not just slamming down on the top of it. There's still a little bit of air flowing through the tamper.
Right.
Yeah, I would think so, Paul. The best way is buy expensive one. You're more dedicated. Yeah. Totally opposite, man. I was not putting a lot of money into it until I knew I liked it because that cuts into the cigar budget. What's up, Josh? How you doing, brother? You just missed kind of pretty much the pipe section. We gave an hour to that. Now we're just bullshitting and talking about whatever, whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Just lit the first cigar of the night.
Spencer, I would be more than happy to. They're shit.
Yeah, man.
Well,
they were interesting. Those cigars were interesting the first time I smoked one, and then I'm like, no, I can't do it.
I couldn't find that in your.
I didn't care for it because whenever I'm smoking something fire cured, I want the whole damn thing fire cured. The fire cured leaf inside of that one was just annoying. The blend was just not very good. So if you're going to go with something that you want a cigar with pipe leaf in it, I would suggest that you go with Deadwood tobacco, uses pipe tobacco, and also the Stillwell Star line from Steve Saka and Jeremy Reeves at Cornell and Deal. They partnered together to pick out tobaccos and blend. Those are very good cigars with pipe leaf in them. The Drew Estate just did not do a good job with the Kentucky Fire Cured.
Medic and Josh, tell your wives you're smoking inside tonight because it's Saturday night main event, damn it. Tell them it's raining outside and you're going to smoke inside. If they don't like it, go to their parents' house. And that's how you sleep on the couch tonight.
I was going to say, and then tomorrow you have to post pictures of your black eye.
They'll be hitting me up tomorrow, man. You got a place I could stay?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, I woke up to rain this morning. It wasn't even supposed to rain here today, and it rained pretty much all day. Got to get under the porch, Josh. Light up under the porch, man. All people have a porch. So are you daily pipe smokers now, or is it a couple days a week occurrence? How do you still you prefer cigars most of the time?
I'm more of a cold weather pipe smoker.
Okay.
Yes.
And
So,
why would you gravitate toward in the cold weather? What do you like about it as opposed to?
I don't know. It just seems right. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
it's Scotch season.
Yeah, and it's kind of like Scotch too. I drink more Scotches in the fall, winter than I do during the summer.
Yeah, Josh, that's his ice fitting hut, man. He's going to catch a few fish for us.
Yep, this is what I paired with pipe tobacco tonight. So
yep. Lefroy Carches. And yes, this is an ice fishing hut. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. It's cold, except when I turn this heater on and it gets up to 70 in here.
Oh yeah, sweat you out in there, man.
Yep. And I smoke the pipe a lot more in the wintertime, because if I know that I'm going to be outside for a short period of time, like shoveling the walkways or something like that, or clearing snow or whatever, I'll load a bowl to be about 15, 20 minutes and smoke a pipe rather than light a cigar, because I know I'm going to put it down.
Right.
Another part is if I only get to half of the bowl of pipe tobacco, then I can let the remainder of it sit. And there's a train of thought that calls it delayed gratification. And think of it as edging, just pipe tobacco. No kidding. But but you can go back later on, and because there's been heat on it, it releases the oil inside the tobacco that hasn't been burned yet.
Yep.
So you get a lot more of that oiliness going back and lighting it up the second time. So, if I'm out early, or like if I'm cooking out and barbecuing or whatever in the wintertime, whenever I go out and get the grill fired up and, I'm cleaning it and all the rest of that stuff, I'll smoke down, 10 minutes worth of pipe tobacco. Then I'll set it in the laundry room kind of out of the way. And then whenever I go back out and actually start cooking, I'll grab a hold of it, light it up, and smoke the rest of the pipe. Whereas, with a cigar, you go back after, half hour, 40 minutes, and that pipe, the cigar just doesn't taste right.
Done.
No.
And pipe tobacco does not do that. Another thing is it's real nice to hold a nice warm pipe bowl in your hand when it's cold outside.
There you go.
Yes.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jacob, thank you for finding us, buddy. Are you a cigar or a pipe guy? If you're a pipe guy, you can go back and watch the replay of this. We did beginning to end, pipe 101 for the first hour. Now we're on to whatever cigars. Went to cigar. But, yeah, thank you for coming in and hanging out with us, man.
Yep. I'll give you a follow back. I was wondering who that was.
Yeah, Spencer, I can definitely see the relight aspect of it, because if you get, there are times I'll get caught up, my cigar goes out. If it's been a few minutes, I'll light it back up. There's no penalty. But yeah, if you're going 30 minutes or so without a cigar being lit and you try to light that up, it's never been a good experience for sure after that.
Mm-hmm.
George has called me out, so I'm going to grab my cigar.
He ain't even in chats.
I know.
He's not even in YouTube. Call him out and say he's not even in a Saturday Night Mail.
He's lurking.
George. What the hell?
But like what Oki was saying, I'm going to let this plum pudding special reserve kind of sit for a minute. I'm going to come back to it.
I'm not excited, of course, guys. I'm not excited about pipes like the rest of these guys, but I'm intrigued. I want to know more. I want to know how maybe I could enjoy it more. So that was the whole premise of this, because I know, there's questions I would want to ask or things I would want to know if I was doing. But yeah, just so that was the premise. Yeah, we're a cigar club, and we got a lot of pipers in the club. So this was kind of a showing love. And there's a lot of guys that hit me up that aren't pipe smokers, but were intrigued too. So this is be a good walk through for them to go back and watch.
Yep. And as far as, the getting started, well, what do I need to buy? Listen, hit me up. I'm the same on Instagram. I'm the same on Discord. Hit me up. Basically the stuff that I smoked to begin with is I paid $8.50 for this corncob pipe. I paid $2 for this check tool.
Yeah.
I overpaid for this lighter, a damn Bic lighter. It was $5, but you can get them for like $2. You pick up, like a 75 count of the 2 different types of pipe cleaners. It's $2 per. And then you pick up an ounce of pipe tobacco, and that's like $4. So for sub $20, you can get right into trying pipe tobaccos and stuff like that. So the price of 3 cigars, and those are budget smokes. So 2 really good cigars. You can get in there and you can try out. And whenever you buy an ounce of pipe tobacco, depending on the size of the bowl, that could be anywhere from 10 to 20 different smoke sessions, because there is a lot of pipe tobacco in an ounce of pipe tobacco.
Yes.
All right, guys, we're going to Jacob's house tomorrow. He's got a tri-tip on the Traeger, so he's cooking for us all. Josh, I always read chats. Yeah, but yeah, that what Okie just said. When I first wanted to try a pipe, I went online. I got a pipe, 3 tins of tobacco, all the tools, a lighter, and I was under $40 for everything. And I was like, okay, it's cheap enough for me to try. If I like it, I don't have much in it at all. Granted, I could have went with a $9 cob pipe, but I opted for like a $15, $16 pipe instead because I like the look of it. But it's still, I mean, you can't even get a 5-pack of cigars for what I got. Everything needed to start pipe smoking. So,
yep,
right.
I'm under it. Well, and it's like Spencer just said, a cob pipe is a great way to start, simply because, you know, I've got a Dagner poker, I've got an Elf Cobbett, I've got like 4 different of the Legend Fifth Avenues. Now I've got the Mizzou bent. I've got so many of them that I still love going back to my cob pipes and having a cob pipe. There's just something about that experience. I love it whenever I'm doing yard work, or, you know, whenever I'm back in Oklahoma and I'm on the tractor or something like that. I love having a couple of cob pipes loaded up, ready to go. And, you know, you're out there brush hogging and light up a cob and just go. There is not a damn thing wrong with a cob pipe. You got a bunch of the snobs out there that think that they're inferior. They're full of shit. These are the guys that are wearing the big, you know, they're wearing the big watch little pecker. They're driving the BMWs and all the rest of that.
That's the Opus X smokers anyway. So.
Yeah. I only smoke Cubans. The guys that won't smoke a cob are the guys that says I only smoke Cubans.
Speaking of, Dave, what did you light up? I see the cigar lit up. And did you see the new spring rolls we're dropping? Because I know you're a yearly egg roll guy.
I didn't see those.
Small batch has them up now, the full little rice box. So what you got, a Romacraft? Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah, it's a saber tooth.
Oh.
So if George is still lurking out there,
saber tooth, guys. Look at him bougie. Peter, of course you love a good cob. We know that. Question, how do you keep the pipe from burning your lips at the tip? If I'm not mistaken, Josh, that means you're smoking it too fast.
Bam.
I learned something tonight, damn it. Yes, it means you're smoking the pipe too fast if you burns your lips and your tongue, Josh.
Yep.
Slow the down.
He learned it.
God damn, I might not take anything else from tonight, but I know my lips have never burned smoking a pipe, so I'm doing something right, damn it. Maybe because mine doesn't stay lit to burn me, but you know.
Yeah, and you know, and Josh, if you're smoking a glass one, I can't help you.
Right. Like Spencer said, that is way too hot. Spring roll about 10-pack, man. You got to buy the fancy box it comes in. That ceramic one they did, I think, 2 years ago.
2 years ago. That's pretty sweet. I've got that.
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, that one's so good. The one right now looks like you're taking Chinese noodles or rice out.
Yeah, a little takeout dish.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
But the ceramic one by far is one of my favorite purchases.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Josh, how do you keep the tobacco from burning out?
There you go.
Go back and watch this entire show, since you can't tell time. You have no idea when it's. You have no idea, you know, whenever it's Thursday to set your golf lineup on a Wednesday, and you have no idea how to tell time zones, apparently. So definitely go back. We touched all of that stuff from start to finish on all of that stuff, you know, so definitely go back, give it a rewatch. And that's the other thing is, once this thing posts up on YouTube, you know, do yourself a favor. If you're not subscribed to the Barrel Burners channel, go over and do that, and then definitely give it a like. That way more of this stuff pops up in your feed. And then you'll always get notified that we're going on and we're going live, because if you had subscribed and turned on your notifications,
you know, Josh probably isn't even subscribed to the channel, and he's been like a 4-year barrel burner. Josh, for you guys, this is a guy that's been in our fantasy golf league for 4 seasons in a row. We probably have 22 to 24 weeks of fantasy golf, and he sets his lineup probably 3 times per season. So, yeah. But yes, and back to that, what Okie said, if you subscribe here, we do Saturday night main event once a month. It's normally the third Saturday. We had to move it to this Saturday. And then Sunday mornings in the same format, same channel, I do coffee and cigars. Tomorrow, our guest is Chris and Jeff from Amendola Cigars. So drop in the morning, 11:30 Eastern, 10:30 Central. Those guys have some new news to share with us, some upcoming stuff coming down the pipeline. So definitely don't miss that in the mornings. I know Okie normally does a weekly pipe show with Sin City. He was telling me before this he's kind of moved his days where I think they're going Monday nights now. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So Piper's Pit will be Monday Night Raw now. And I'm sure they'll get back to their Saturday routine once things calm down. But right now they'll be doing a nightly stream. Okie, you didn't remind Josh to set his lineup. You know, Yahoo emails me and says, your contest is about to start. You need to set your lineup. So maybe you don't have notifications on
anything.
You whip our ass when you do. So 3 times a season, you place 8 out of 10. Yeah, okay. And he is subscribed. Okay, Josh, I just had to give you hell. Because I know a lot of barrel burners that pop in these things, but still don't hit that subscribe button and don't give us the love. So I'm just going to say that. there are members that don't subscribe to our own channel.
True.
Josh has 7,000 unread emails. At that point, you delete the app and you get a new email address because those telling me I have that many emails would bug the crap out of me. I cannot have any notification. I clear everything out of my phone constantly. I cannot stand a phone notification telling me as something's unread. I will sign out and sign back in when it glitches telling me I have new emails. It's like, no, where is it at?
Yep, I'm clearing mine right now as we speak. I can't do that. Uh-oh. Jason left?
Looks like it.
Oops.
I forgot how good these are.
I didn't pay my cell phone internet bill, damn it. Yeah, I agree, Spencer. Red dot, it just drives me crazy. Yeah, I have friends that bring their phone over and go, look, it says I got 82 unread emails. I'm like, are you going to clear them? Nah, I only look at the important ones. How do you know what's important when you got that many unread? Yes. Hey, Jared, what's up, man? No problem. You're not late, man. We're only we're halfway through. We're still going strong. Everybody but Okie, he's still on pipes. Me and Dave went to cigars. He's smoking a Roma Craft Sabertooth. I went with a Viaje. But yeah, man, we're good. We're any pipe lovers that are just popping in, go back and watch this stream later tonight or later tomorrow or anytime you got time. Tons of good information. You got any friends that are wanting to start smoking pipes, definitely let them go back and watch this, and not only watch the stream, but watch some of the comments on the side, because a lot of the guys commenting today are big-time pipe smokers that know a lot about the craft of pipe smoking, and not crack pipe, tobacco pipe.
And yes, Xavier, my kid decided to tune in for once. That is my brand new one.
Nice. That's a great looking pipe. Yeah, Spencer, I would rage, man. Don't show me that shit. That stresses me out more than anything. That stresses me out more than spy balloons right now. I don't want to see unread messages. Josh, I love this smoke, man. This was this is not this year's. This was last year. Some of mine from last year. I love it, man. Viaje to me, I'm not a big lover of the core Viaje. I don't even buy core Viaje brands anymore. I just buy the limited editions because to me that's what Viaje's good at. Mm-hmm. The Pepper series, the whole Zombie series, the Miss Hatchet, the Mr. Hatchet, the Weapons of Mass Destruction, the Daisy Cutters. That's the stuff I want from Viaje. I don't have any regular production Viaje anymore. I like the birthday keg, the Summerfest. I mean, that's what gets my money. And when I say get my money, you know Viaje ain't cheap if you want to buy a box of the limited shit.
True. No.
Oh, cool, Paul. Hey, man, when you make that pipe, Paul? Put that in chat. Tag me. I'd like to see that, man. You making your own pipe. I would love to see how that turns out. Josh, I'm pretty sure they didn't change anything. The only thing is mine's got a little more sit in the humidor. That's why I didn't buy them this year.
Yep, I got plenty enough to go around. I did do the zombie versions.
Thank you, George. Keep your son in line.
Yep. And by the way, this dark bird's eye is a nicotine hammer.
Nicotine hammer.
Yep. I had to,
more than 10 Russians?
No. No. 10 Russians will fuck you up 7 ways from Sunday and love every second of it.
What about 3 non-blondes?
There
Dave got it. Dave got it. Appreciate it, Dave. You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
We're showing our age now.
There were 4 of them, damn it.
Oh, my God. That was the most genius band name I think I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one. And they have one good song.
What's right.
Yeah.
We love you, George. Thanks for popping in once we finish pipes. Old ass. What you smoking, George? Everybody in chat, what you smoking? I know we know what all the pipe guys are having. Hey, Keith, man, good evening, good night, man. It's dinner time for you in California, but thanks for leaving the lounge long enough to talk to us. Keith lives that lounge life, man. It's every time Keith talks to us, he's at the lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I know Josh isn't smoking because he said it started rain. Medic just poured him a bowl and was about to light it, and it started raining at Medic's house, so he got rained out too. And give us some ideas, guys. So we got a show coming up next month, Saturday night main event. Last month we did budget sticks. This month we did pipes. What would you want us to go over next month? Is there something you want to know more about? Something you want us to do? I mean, whether it be cigars, pipe, bourbon. I mean, what would you like to see us do on a show? And then we'll kind of sidebar it and we'll talk about it and see what's the best way to go about giving you another informative stream. I mean, if you want to just all out fucking shit show of a show where we just sit here and bullshit for 2 hours, we can do that too. But if there's something y'all would like to know more about or want us to experience on camera, we will look into it. So definitely shoot us any ideas you got, and we'll see what's going on. We are not doing glass bowls next month, Josh. Yeah,
yeah, I'm fairly certain YouTube. Yeah,
I mean, I'll eat some fucking Fruit Loops or something in here in a glass bowl. I mean, who's got the OG pop? Shit, the OG.
He's got pop. He's got the Viaje Oro.
Oh,
nice.
Okay. Very nice. I'm a sucker for the birthday cake. Do y'all do the birthday cake? I didn't do this year's. I still had last year's, but I kind of like the birthday cake.
This year's was way better than the last 2 years.
So they actually are changing them yearly?
Yeah, there are some small tweaks to the blend. I think it's got a little bit to do with tobacco availability. So there's little nuance differences whenever he does a re-release. He gets them as close as he can, but sometimes he's got a little twist to it.
See, if I knew that, I'd have probably bought this year's because I do like that yearly, the birthday cake. I tell you what, if you guys go to Small Batch, he normally does a collab with Viaje, and they did he does the Claude, his dog, but he did the Monster Claude this year, where it's like Frankenstein dog on it. Those are always good Viajes as well.
I just finished up my box of Clausensteins that I bought a few years ago.
Oh, wow. You had them that long? Yeah, I got this year's.
Oh, yeah.
And then I skipped last, but I was out. That's the only reason I bought this year's again. But I think I've got 4 left. They come in box of 10s, so they're not bad on the budget like normal Viaje boxes. So definitely hit up Small Batch. Try those out. Josh is going to do a birthday cake tomorrow. We inspired him. That's if it's not raining. All right, Super Bowl predictions, guys. We got a big game coming on tomorrow, they say. And then we'll get to – and then my favorite time of the year is next weekend. That's NBA All-Star Weekend. So, yeah. Rooster was in chats earlier tonight, but he never transitioned over here, Spence. Oh, they charge you California tax. That sucks, Keith. Yeah, you can't buy anywhere with California taxes. So I know me and Okie talked, and we talked before. Okie says Eagles are going to win outright.
Yep.
What and you're going to do the same way, Dave?
I think so. Yeah.
My stipulation was the Eagles would only win outright if Mahomes tweaks the ankle. I think if Mahomes is 100% healthy the whole game, I think experience would prevail, and it's going to be a close game, 7 to 10 point max, whoever wins. But I think healthy Mahomes, Kansas City wins. Hurt Mahomes, of course, the Eagles are going to get it. So what do you think, Chad? Who's winning tomorrow? Who's winning the big game?
They're going to go all Karate Kid on him. They're going to sweep the leg, and he's going to be out.
I think so, too. I think they're going to run him out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are going to attack.
There you go.
601. Is that the new one?
No,
this is 2 years ago.
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
that's the shorty. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
freaking powerhouse.
Yeah, I figured, after I've been smoking pipe tobacco, I got to go with something that's got a little bit of a hammer to it.
Yeah, you got to be woke up. I agree, Josh. I think healthy Mahomes, it's no way the Eagles win.
Mm-hmm.
Unless Mahomes is, it's going to be, I think it's going to be one of the better Super Bowls we've had in a while. For sure.
Yep.
And then we're going to know the answer. What prevails, defense or offense? I mean, the Ravens proved defense can win Super Bowls.
Yep.
True.
But you're not talking a normal everyday offense either when you're talking Kansas City. Kansas City can score.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not old enough to watch NASCAR, George. I'll leave that to you, bro. Spencer said somebody will win. We got that. Rich says Kansas City shitty. Josh says the Chiefs. So everybody in chat right now is going Chiefs. Vince said Eagles win if the refs don't show up. Interesting.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. Back to that situation. Did you see that fool selling the sand in a jar where Brady announced his retirement at on the beach?
Yes.
Last weekend, it was over $100,000 in bids already for that freaking jar of sand.
Yes.
Wow.
John, I don't mind. Originally Death Bucket was Pravada collab with Matt Booth. So if he wants to do something that's no different than Caldwell releasing the cookies again and naming them 5 minutes of fame. Know the blend, you help create the cigar. Do what you do. Nobody can give Pravada shit when they didn't give Caldwell shit for doing the same thing.
True.
He come in, put the same cigar out again, change the name, still put the cookie on the label and undercut it, $2 a cigar, and was like, bam, I'm going to name this 5 minutes of fame because it got famous for a little while. It's the same shit, but it's the cigar industry, man. There are so many cigars out there somebody made that's relabeled as something else anyway. So,
yeah.
Yeah, their dumbasses with too much money would pay for sand that Tom Brady stood on.
Bingo.
That's what some lawyer or doctor or rich celebrity out there with nothing better to spend their money on. We'll see. I didn't really like the Death Bucket 2. I like the OG Death Bucket. And now you look around and you can see the OG Death Bucket 5-packs being put up. So they're clearly hitting the market again. Sir Lewis has Death Bucket 1s right now.
Mm-hmm.
In different packages and 5-packs. So, the cigar clearly isn't dead. It's being leaked back out there again. It's all a money issue. It's going to come down to making money. So,
right.
Yep. It's kind of like the dumbass that caught Aaron Judge's home run ball and thought it was worth $3 million.
Yeah.
You're a dumbass. That's not even a record ball.
Yeah, some people are, like I said, more money than they have sense. For sure. OG Bucket was the best. I agree, Josh. OG Death Bucket just hit different, man. At that time, when the Death Bucket first came out, it was like you could not get enough of that cigar.
Mm-hmm.
And then it disappears for a year or so. It's like the ones that got it immediately, they knew, and then people a year later were looking for it.
Right.
Once they get the word got out. Yeah, man, Josh. So like I said, Sir Lewis has OG Def buckets and samplers right now. You could get.
Yep.
There you
It's
go.
an American-
It says it's an American League record ball, Okie. It's worth it.
No. The year that Ricky Henderson stole all those bases, nobody talks about the fact that Vince Coleman was the top in the National League. Nobody talks about that. You know, those years that Jordan was winning the scoring titles, nobody talked about whoever was winning it out west.
No.
Nobody talked about that. You don't measure records that way.
Well, you see the guy last year that caught supposedly Brady's last touchdown ball ever. He got refunded when Brady came back and played. So they made that right because technically I've been like, shit, no, you ain't getting that money back. You bought this for me, bro. At that time, it was his last touchdown. I'm not refunding you.
Yep.
I got a few OG Def buckets left, but I ain't letting them go. George says he's got you.
Yeah, I think I got 2.
I got probably 10 twos left, and I think 3 or 4 of the OG first release Bravada.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people took our advice and they're getting the new Big Sky cigar. And I have not seen nobody say they didn't like it, so I like seeing that.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are back in stock as well. Not on every website, but you can go to BigSkyCigars.com and you can get the new Cryptid. The Old Professor is on there. I think they pretty much have full stock again. Yeah, Keith, I seen you've been smoking it. Yeah, that's crazy, John. We were there the final week before they closed that ride at Splash Mountain. And the wife was like, you want to go ride it again? I was like, no, I really don't want to walk around Disney wet all night. But yeah, we should have bottled up the water and sold it too. People are just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
These are the same dudes buying ladies' panties worn. I mean, it's like,
there's a market for everybody out there for
telling
something.
you, there's something for everybody now.
Oh my God.
Oh, so Keith, your lounge is selling Big Sky now. That's awesome, man. So John,
that's cool.
do you like the Death Bucket 2 over the 1? Or did you never have the 1? You'll send me some money, Josh? All right, I'll send you some panties. That's fine. Do you care? Do you care what color I wear?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna wear them backwards and I'm gonna send them to you. Whatever, Junior. Look at there. We're making dreams come true in here. Pop is selling Son some Death Buckets. That's all I wear, Josh's pink ones. We're good. You gotta worry about that. They got fart holes in them. I blew them out.
Shit.
So what you guys are excited about coming down the pipeline? Is there any cigars you have your eyes open for right now? Other than El Pupo. I know we're all excited for El Pupo in February. If nothing,
yes.
We got El Pupo middle of February, supposedly. We're going to get Billy and Gus in here for a Mafia sit-down, hopefully, on that.
Okay.
I'm sure it's Death Bucket 3 time already. But then again, I mean, I don't know if Matt's going to be still throwing out a lot of them gimmick sticks, considering he's not owner no more. A lot of that was side projects with different companies. So I don't know how that's going to fall in line with what they do.
They, talking with him whenever we met up last, he's not doing those. He'll still do his shop exclusives and stuff like that he's always done. So
Right.
Yeah,
that's like the Club Humidor stuff and all that. But any Joe Blow that came to him and said, hey, I want 5,000 or 10,000 cigars with this goofy name on it, I don't know if they're going to.
Hey, money talks.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It does. But then when you got a third party in there, it ain't much money off the top no more. I mean, when you're.
Well, but considering they're willing to front all the cash to buy the tobacco and get the factory and all the rest of that.
That's true.
Yep.
Oh, cremoso. Yes, sir.
Yep. I am.
No,
So as far
never.
as
Don't
that,
never
I'm
mind
just
it, George. Don't never mind it. Amendola live in the morning, right here with me. Coffee and cigars. Big news coming from Amendola. So make sure to watch tomorrow. You're going to know things you need to know before the world knows things they need to know. Hop in the stream, and you're going to hear some good shit tomorrow. I promise you.
Nice.
I know. I've seen. I've done. You're going to want to come into the show tomorrow.
Yep. I'm just interested to see what comes out of PCA. See what these guys kind of crank out. You know, I mean, usually that's the big show.
Yep.
So, you know, everybody's got one up their sleeve. I'm just kind of interested to see, you know, who's bringing out what.
I know you know, George. Yeah, I just like I'm wondering. I sit back and think, who do I want to do something big this year? What do I want to see at PCA? I know. I don't know. I mean, who's going to blow the show away this year? What boutique show is going to have this can't miss cigar of the year this year?
Yeah.
Josh,
I know
11:30 Eastern. If you go to the YouTube channel right now under live shows, the video is already there where you can click the reminder on the actual video that will go live. I post them ahead of time so you can click the reminder. But it's going to be a good show in the morning. Me and Chris are going to sit down. I had a long talk with him this week. Good stuff coming for sure.
Nice.
So we got PCA, and then we got TAA is not called that no more, and it's not cigars only now, the convention. So they changed that one completely.
Right.
Well, it's cigars and a lot of other shit at that convention. So
yeah, TAA, I mean, they'll still do their mid-year releases, but the big one, the TPE show that's going to be in July down in Vegas, I think that one's going to be, that's usually where they finally uncork everything and start taking the pre-orders on everything. I mean, a lot of guys have got stuff that's going to be ready for PCA, but we'll see. You know, there's that one, and then you're going to have, you know, a lot of the different shows and stuff like that. The Great Smoke through Smoke In. You know, that one's going to be out. There's a bunch of exclusive cigars that have already hit. Hopefully they release more of those. You know, so that one's going to be a big one. Then you're going to get into all the barn smokers with Drew Estates where they're going to come out with more stuff. You know, they'll have another freestyle lineup. They'll do a few more releases.
So what month is the big smoke? I know I bought my tickets, but I don't remember seeing the date of when they're going to do everything.
First weekend in March, I believe.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. Theme this year is Mardi Gras, so looking forward to the box getting shipped here pretty quick. And
that's the only reason I got it. That's the only reason I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they better hurry up because Mardi Gras is in a week for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's next week, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a Mardi Gras ball next weekend, and then the following Tuesday, that's Fat Tuesday. So,
Yep. So another thing is for next month, if we're going to be doing this on March the 18th, everybody has to get your supplies together to do an Irish car bomb right off the bat.
Oh, fuck that. Last time y'all did Irish car bombs with my wife, it was bad for George. So I don't think we're going to do.
Yes.
He said, yes.
Hey, I was happy
here
because
to do an Irish car bomb with y'all on the 18th.
the focus was off of me, so hey, go for it.
Poor George. Yeah, you're correct. John Booth is on the art side.
Yep. Yeah, he's still got 100% creative control. So he's still doing his thing, and you know he's just doing more of the figurehead stuff. So
yeah,
you know he's still doing his thing.
Yep.
You can
whoever KM is,
I will do a Roma craft over the Hooligan. I'll do my green Roma every year.
Oh, for more.
Yeah, I will not smoke the Hooligan.
I will do
not again.
Yep, not a fan.
Yeah, we'll do that. Everybody smokes a green cigar. There you go.
I'll do a black Irish again.
Oh,
or from Orion. That's a good one.
I'll always miss the black Irish. That and the genetic deformity. They're sold out by the time I get to them.
Yep. Ooh, either that or you can always do the wasabi from this year's Elite.
I do have that. You could do the wasabi barber pole, or you can just do the straight wasabi.
Yep.
But that barber pole that was in the Elite, that was what, last year's Elite that had the wasabi barber pole, or was
that
it
last year? Yeah, the last year wasabi especial was
yes,
fantastic.
Yes.
The one this year is the barber pole. It's good. I think out of the three, my own personal humble opinion for everybody that's on here, out of the three, that's probably the best of that one, the Elite box. I think.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that was a great cigar. I was kind of disappointed this year's Elite. I mean, yeah, they give you one big box, 3 different cigars in it, and I didn't find any of those 3 to be near as good as any of the cigars in previous years.
Yep.
I just found them to be meh. Yes, George, that cigar 2021 was
yes.
Yep.
Oh, such a good. They need to make that one a production stick.
I pretty much got rid of all the other cigars but that box. I was like, no, this one stay, and this is a damn good cigar.
See, and I'm an OG. I like the regular Especial. That was probably my favorite Espinosa that they had. I love that thing.
That was nice.
The wasabi on there, it was good, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find the normal wasabi to be a little much. I don't know. It's different at times. I'm like,
yeah.
And George did turn me on to the chocolates this week. I did finally get the chocolates bought. The Fine Ash Espinosa exclusive. So there are now a regular production. They're not limited. So if you guys are looking for those, they have them. And then they also had the new Knuckle Sandwich 55s. They were not sold out yet, so I was able to grab those as well this week.
Nice.
So very nice, very nice. I figured, man, you got to get that 55. Everybody's raving about it. And all the other Knuckle Sandwiches are so good, I think it's worth taking a chance on a box for those. And I think they were only a box of 10s anyway, so not bad.
Yep. Yes, you did, George, and it was delicious.
A 2017 one?
Wow.
Yes. One of the OGs.
Or
so
a special?
The Especial. So that one was the very first cigar that was ever done at the La Zona factory, their home factory. That was the very first cigar that they did back in 2017. Out of that, they were phenomenal. And then every time that I saw anybody out there that had 5-packs or boxes or whatever of the Especial on sale, 2018s, 2019s, before they discontinued it, I was buying them damn things. I probably have 40 of them left.
Wow. Okay. Thanks, Spencer. Appreciate you with the knowledge, too, man. You helped out the stream a lot, brother. I appreciate that. So I now know I hit up Okie for the good cigars because George done gave them to him.
Yep.
Yeah, I was trying to think, man. Because I keep trying to keep up with a list, because this year our top 10 cigars of the year will only be 2023 released cigars. Doesn't matter if they had a pre-release in 2022, the physical cigar be 2023. So I keep trying to keep mental notes of what's coming out new this year. And I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm super excited about. I mean, of course, the El Pupo, but I'm trying to think news-wise if I've seen anything else coming out that I'm like, oh, my God, that's on my radar. So that's why I asked you guys if you notice anything that's going to be this must-try. Roma really doesn't do anything out of the ordinary, just his normal yearly rare releases that he may put out once a year, but he don't really do anything special. So I'm trying to think, what have I seen that is just going to be a must-try? And anybody in chat, if there's a cigar you're looking forward to that hasn't come out yet, let us know, because that might ring a bell and let us know what we're missing. Yeah, Josh, have a good night, man. Hope to see you on the stream, bro.
Yep. Another one that I'm going to be looking forward to, kind of homer, but, is going to be the Dominican releases from Big Sky. So those will be late year. George hit it. The 601 Orange is going to be coming around.
Oh, that's
So
right.
that's going to
That
be
one.
interesting.
Wait, back up. 601 Orange. I haven't seen nothing on that. Any idea what the makeup is going to be with the wrapper or anything? What's the hype on the orange? George, you know anything about it yet? I have not seen that one at all.
We shall see what George says. He'll say yes and then not tell us.
Keith, if I remember right, Big Sky is not doing PCA this year. I know Brandon's here next week with me. He's coming to visit, but I think he said they wasn't going to be PCA this year. I'll have to ask again, but I don't think they're announcing nothing at PCA.
Yep.
The yellow cake, I have no. Okay, it's been about 2-3 years since I got hands on a yellow cake. Caldwell Queen, she's already out.
Yep.
No shit, Kent. We know the wrapper is fucking tobacco. Brazilian wrapper. Thank you, George. I just wanted to know just a tad bit of, because I hadn't seen nothing on the orange, so I'm going to have to hit Google. I'm sure Half Wheel's got something out about it already, but that one I didn't know about. I knew George knows it, man. George's going to know that Espinosa. If you want to know Espinosa, you give it George. He part of that Espinosa Everyday crew. He's going to burn 10 Espinosas a day. I want some more turtles, man. We're going to get a turtle release collab this year, George.
Yeah, I think that'd be a dojo thing.
Yeah, that's a dojo
They're going to call
thing.
that one back. Yep. And by the way, the ones were way better than the twos.
Trust me. I know. Ones are way better.
I have 2 ones left and 3 twos left.
I'd like to see some noodles again from Smokey, not Smokey, and what was it, JR and
JR had them. Yeah.
I missed the noodles too.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of I don't think the factories and the box production is really back to normal yet, right? Because I know Matt, the Namakubi was late. It was supposed to be an end of year thing. It's still not out because that's supposed to be his yearly release now. And
I did smoke the it was the Johnny Tobacco Nut pre-release. I got to smoke.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
For this year?
Then it was the
nuts last year.
Correct. It was the pre-release for that one.
Okay. Yeah, because we did get those back. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll crank out Uncle Lee again at some point. I know we got the Daruma coming up down the pipeline. It's just, man, can you top OG Daruma? I mean, they say now he's like, he hypes it up and he's like, man, the tobaccos are so much better now. Things are better. And I'm like, there's some things that can't be replicated, man. And I think that Daruma is one you're not going to touch what the Daruma was.
Yeah, I still have 6 of the Lanceros left.
Wow.
Yeah. I just smoked my last Papi Chulo Daruma I had the other day.
I've got 2
out of the Lanceros. I smoked the last one of that on one of last year's live streams we did. You're better than me, George. I got 1 bundle of 2s and 1 bundles of the OG left, and I don't even want to open the OG because I know once I open that fucking bundle of turtles, I'm going to smoke them in like a week's time. You didn't like the new tobacco knot at all? Well, he still got to redo the Chief Cool Arrow. We don't have a new version of it.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I still have, I don't know. Like I said, the Daruma just sticks in my mind. It's like, I don't want to be let down, but God dang, that was just amazing smoke.
George, how many do you have?
I got 1 Uncle Lee left.
I got 1.
I've got none.
George, you don't even need to talk to nobody else. If you got OG Uncle Lee's, you just sidebar me and we'll work it out. I had 2. I only ever got my hands on it 2, and I smoked 1, and the other one I will not touch. I would love to find the actual box, too, a box of them, but they're all gone.
Yep.
The only way
I
you're going
was
to find
gifted-
Uncle Lee now is somebody's collection, because we would have done picked through them. We would have done found them all, because we put a hurting on the old Room 101 stuff, 2 years ago? We pretty much found every hole in the wall, every website that had inventory.
Yep. I mean, I found the Poppy Chulos in the Master Collection 1 and 3. We found all the HN that he had out. I mean, we blasted through all of those, and
I did. I got suckered into buying a box of the 1s and the 3s as well. And those, let me tell you, those boxes look great together as a centerpiece. The flower joins, and you have a black box and a white box, and it joins and makes the perfect flower.
Yep. Yep. Mine will be going on the wall of the man cave whenever I get it built.
At the new location?
Yes.
At the compound off the grid? Are you going to have internet to still do these when you move off the grid and you become a mountain man?
Well, I mean, how else are you going to get porn?
You make it?
Oh, my God.
You rewatch from better angles. You set up about 3 different cams in a triangle formation. That way you get every angle at once, and then you video edit and put it all together.
He sounds like he's familiar with this.
That's what I do when I'm bored.
Yep. That OnlyFans is a hell of a drug.
Yeah, I sell my feet photos. John, did you have the original Johnny Tobacco Knot, or are you talking about the new re-release? Who's on the 4th camera? Me. I'm big enough to take 2 cameras, man.
You can get rid of the pipe cam if you want to. Ain't nobody cares about that one anymore.
Nah, it's pretty cool seeing it up there, though, Actually, I think you would have. Oh, yeah, I can do that. What am I talking about? There you go. So if we're going to do that, then we're going to do this right here, and we're going to make it look like we're cool and shit. There you go.
There you go.
Bam. Benji, how's work, man? I know you're retired and working again. He stares at yoga pants all day, every day, guys. This guy's got a dream job. He works at a college. Oki's pipe and ashtray. Yes, that was if you missed the first hour, John, that was the pipe cam where he was demonstrating all the lighting, the packing, what to do with the pipe, the cleaning it.
Yep.
So yeah, we ran a pipe cam, which was pretty cool. It actually worked out good because you can actually see down in the pipe, see everything. Yeah, with shades on, easy money. You're out there like Paul Blart, man. You're running around on a Segway and shit. And for you just popping in, wonder what I'm smoking. I'm doing the Viaje Farmer. We got Roma Craft for Dave, and then we got 601 for Okie. So yeah, we did. We branched. We went from pipes to cigars to bullshitting. We asked Super Bowl predictions. We tried to ask what are you excited for this year for the new cigar releases. And a lot of these guys they're not necessarily putting out a new limited edition. It just may be, okay, we're expanding our brand or what. Caldwell seems to be going more to the lost and found stuff than actual Caldwell stuff lately, I guess because of the price points and the stuff. But I haven't really, other than the Long Live the Queen, doesn't really put out anything new other than lost and found stuff.
Yeah, and the last batch of lost and found was good stuff.
Yeah, I like the one night stand. The one night, which they just put a few new one night stand sizes out in boxes where it used to be bundles. So I did notice those.
Yeah, pepper cream soda, $1.15.
The pepper cream soda San Andreas version that came out.
Yes, that
was good. And I went crazy on those. I bought way too many bundles of those. But yeah, the pepper cream was good. But when I seen San Andreas coming out, man, yeah, most probably it was the new release, man. Those came out, I think, early last year. Happy to see a weasel. Yeah, Roma Craft, man, you know what you're getting. You better act fast and buy when they come out because you're gonna miss them. I fucking miss a lot of the Roma Crafts.
Yep.
I wish they'd come up with some more from Morians. I need a box.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't. I still have like half a box left.
I think that was the last one I bought. Well, I get the craft series every year. I did get last year's craft, all the different barber poles that were mixed in.
Yep.
So I was able to catch them before they sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I caught the 2020 just because of Ninja.
Yeah.
You know, he was one of the shops that had it, so I was able to pick up the 2020, and then hell, I still had some of them left. You know, so I didn't chase the 21 or the 22.
Dude, they go crazy. Literally, like I'll get an email from Small Batch saying they listed them, and by the time I get on there, it's like they're gone.
Right.
Because they normally do the email overnight while I'm sleeping. I wake up I'm like, oh shit, nope, gone, done. It's like if you don't get in on somebody that does the pre-order where you buy it ahead of time, you're missing the aroma, man. It's crazy.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So who's making coffee and cigars in the morning, chat? Who's going to sit down with us? What should I smoke? Should I smoke the cannoli or the Padrino? I think I'm going to have to go to
coffee.
I only got one left, and I've been saving it for something.
I mean, for that one right there, I would go cannoli on it and with a cup of coffee.
You know, I do have the OG cannoli. I got one left of the OG. I may go that one. Special occasion. I have both cannolis, George. I'm out of the Sumatra cannolis. I really like the Sumatra cannolis. They were good. The dessert stick. Yeah. Yeah, when the new cannolis came out, I bought all 3 blends of those to try them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there are 3 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's the Sumatra, there's the San Andreas, and then there's the Connecticut. Is that right?
The dessert.
Yeah. I just remember them by the band colors. It's like yellow. It's like green, the white, and the red. Yeah, the Connie. Thought so.
I got to catch back up on them.
I like the Cremosa too, man.
I had one this morning.
I really like that cigar. I'm out of that one. I should have bought more of those. And then I like the new one that they just finally got back in stock. I've had a box in my cart and I ain't pulled the trigger yet. The shit. I'm blanking.
The Maturo?
No, it's got like the gold and it's the box press. Fuck.
No wonder I didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean they come out last year. They've been sold out on them for a while, and they just got them back in stock. It's the is it the Special? Yes, Special. George said it same time I said it. Yeah, that one I like a lot. Padrinos still are not back in stock that I've seen. They may be now, but I know he was griping the other day when I talked to him about it's taking so long to get their shit back in stock. He's got some really cool shit coming. I can't wait for you guys to see what they're working on now. It's definitely different. It's a lot different than the direction a lot of cigar companies are going. But I like it. It was cool. Yeah, I didn't think so, Rich. I didn't think the Padrino was back. That's some of that AJ goodness. What you cooking in the morning, John? That early? What you cooking? Some eggs? We're taking it easy tomorrow. I'm not going nowhere for the Super Bowl. Ain't nobody coming over here to bug me, and we're just doing. I'm cooking a big thing of jambalaya, and we're gonna have like some homemade dip and just little snacks today. And I don't want to be bugged.
Nice.
Yeah, I was nubbing it, Okie. I mean, if you want to bounce or anything you want to, I was just trying to get a little more cigar going because I'm still going to be smoking it anyway. So what we do, guys, it's 2:05. We're going to give you 5 more minutes. We'll go to 2 hours, 10 minutes. We'll cut it off. Let these guys, old men, go to bed. But I definitely have more cigars. So I'm going to finish up what I got before I go in and deal with a wife and kid. Trying to find out what John's cooking in the morning. He's going to be so busy he can't coffee and cigar. They're in stock at George's house, Rich. If you need any Espinosa, get with George. He's got them. For sure.
The whole show.
Coffee and cannolis. The Medic, you know what? That does sound good. I might have to – we're just going to do that. We're going to roll and I'll save my Padrino for another time.
There you go.
Susan's already in bed, Ken. I ain't got to worry about Susan whipping nothing. She probably done fell asleep watching some kind of How to Kill Your Husband and Get Away with It show on Identity Channel. And if I try to wake her up, she's probably going to shank me. So I'll just leave her on the couch all night. And
Nice.
Yeah, she's normally in bed by now. She gets bored. My kid's probably still up playing video games. I'd put money on it. My kid's still gaming with his friends. You normally got to force him to come down when it's not school night.
Right.
But yeah, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the show tonight. Like I said, if you got any suggestions on what kind of topic you want us to do on one of these Saturday night main events, if you don't want to say it in here, just DM me. Sit back and give me an idea, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, man, chicken sausage, homemade jambalaya tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna do it right tomorrow.
Do
some rotel, some cheese dip in the crock pot all day. Throw my ground meat in there. Get some good cheese dip going. The wife does the little smokies and the meatballs in a big crock pot with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and let them cook all day. You got a little
there you go.
Snack there.
Nice.
So yeah, we normally snack pretty good. I'm more excited about the jambalaya. I haven't had a good jambalaya in a while. Yes, sir, Jared. Thanks for coming by. Keith, thanks for coming by, man. Tool Bag, thanks for being in here. Disruptive like always. Appreciate all you guys. I hope to see all of you in the morning. All you guys that, especially West Coast, I know it's hard for you guys, but I have moved the time up 30 minutes so you can at least catch some of it if you like sleeping in on your day off. I understand sleeping in on my day off. I try to. But I did move it a little bit. I don't do it later in the day because then that throws me off and it's time away from the family. Normally my family's slow mover, so the earlier I can do it and be done with it, then they're ready to do something or hang out by the time I'm done. Oh, yeah, man. Deviled eggs. What you got to do those deviled eggs is with that Creole mustard, though, man. You got to get that kick in them. That spicy Creole mustard.
What a waste of eggs.
Man, eggs are the best, man. You can get some of these deviled eggs down here that have the freaking boiled shrimp on the top sitting up there, good blackened shrimp and a little piece of bacon in there with it. Oh, my God.
You ain't making it any better.
Oh, no. What would you rather do? Just boil the egg and sit there and eat them pickled?
Oh, no. I do not even boil eggs. I mean, if they ain't scrambled, fried, over easy in an omelet.
Oh, man, I can eat a good boiled egg. Take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I take a boiled egg and I'll put some Tony's seasoning on the top of it, sprinkle it on there real good, and just eat that whole egg. Come on, man. Come on.
Nope.
California Reaper peppers. Let's go, George. George knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, my wife does some badass during the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. She'll do some of her Southern deviled eggs. Man, I'm telling you, you're missing out. Damn, John's gonna have scrambled eggs, sausage patties, pancakes, jalapeno poppers. Damn. We're going to John's house tomorrow. We know how you can swallow a whole egg.
Oh yeah, without even knocking my jaw out of socket in order to be able to do it.
See, I like a good pickle though, too, man. Pickled quail eggs down here. I don't know if they're big where you're at. But pickled quail eggs. I fucking love a pickled quail egg.
Pickled quail egg or a boiled quail egg, I can do those, but like a chicken egg, no.
The only problem with pickled quail eggs down here, the jar is like this tall, and you pay like $20, and you eat it all in one setting.
Yes.
Because you can't stop. It's like, okay, I mean, they're small. I'll eat the whole jar. That's the only problem. Blackened shrimp, deviled eggs. Yeah, Medic. So you get the deviled egg, and then you blacken some shrimp, and you just set the shrimp on top of the deviled egg. And then they take little pieces of bacon chopped up, and they sprinkle on top of it too, man. I'm telling you, a few of the restaurants down here, the local owned ones, they do those. That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for coming in. Like I said, if there's something you want to see us talk about on here, DM me, and we'll discuss how we can pull it off and be informative for you. And stand by. We will have a date soon for the next, should be the third Saturday unless life's crazy and we can't. But we will definitely be doing this again next month. Tomorrow, like I said, we're doing coffee and cigars. Also, look for Monday nights, Okie and Sin City moving their herf to Monday nights right now. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for everybody coming in. Thank you for the new subs. I did get notifications that we did get new subs tonight that had never subbed to us before that were non-barrel burners. So I appreciate that. Love seeing new people pop in here that found us. YouTube has a great feature when you're live. They kind of highlight all the live channels right now, and people that have cigar interests, we're popping straight up in the rhythm, whatever the fuck you call it.
Algorithm.
So that helped. That's one good thing YouTube does that helps get us out there when we do this. So yeah, a lot of good things coming. I appreciate my host for popping on here and helping us. And yeah, guys, all you have a good night. We'll see you in chats.
All right.
Later, guys.
Bye.